You're on with Mauwee,
No relation to the trademark whatsoever.
Dmarc,
I don't believe in none of this.
and X.
Which, by the way, Dick Wolf is the best name ever.
And this is When Awesome Collides.
Don't laugh. You know what? You don't smile. You know what's going on.
I'm so unhappy.
All right,
These are free moments.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to When Awesome Collides.
Yes.
Second introduction. We are Mauwee-less. If you also, you know what? You are going to have to subscribe to Patreon because you're not going to hear young Igloo throw his first little tryout if you're not on the Patreon. You probably hear the thermometer part, but not the beginning.
I
don't
could
know
literally
yet.
just cut the beginning and then cut the thermometer part out. So the beginning of this episode could be the 15 minutes where young Igloo was, and then now what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
blessed.
Well,
I don't know how you're gonna do it.
let's-
It's not
let's-
important.
fuck it.
Hey, we just we going off the cuff.
Cool.
Off the,
All right,
yeah. So
Fluffy.
toilet paper thrown down the stairs, looking fluffy. Nose kind of runny.
Hey.
Shit real stuffy. With my boys in the basement, you know that we stay lit. Big fridge subbed in. You know I gotta take it.
Hey, let's go.
We are going to be reviewing season 3 of Umbrella Academy.
We didn't hear
We
my-
do apologize if we. I apologize. I'm speaking for the group if I get a little wild. These 4 locos. These
Shout
are.
out Four Locos.
Doing
But
the
only
damn
3 of
thing.
us here. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we 3 loco.
God, my chest hurts so bad. I drink half of this and I don't feel
Yeah,
good.
it's wild. So we are going to be reviewing that. You can go back and listen to our other 2 seasons in some form. Spotify. Hopefully, we do love that we get to see the watch time. It's been great being back so far because it's been kind of cool, especially in Australia. I don't know what we've done
Hell yeah. Aussies.
for the people
We're
down
picking
under.
up in
Hell yeah,
Eastern
Aussies.
Europe, too,
Hell yeah, Eastern
which
Europe.
is killing
You know
me.
why?
They got nothing.
we
to,
say a lot of out-of-pocket shit that
And they
America
add
don't
up-
fuck with.
But-
And everyone else
No,
does.
I think no. So I think I watch you know me. I consume a lot of media. I watch a lot of YouTube. One of the things, you know how we always think it's cool that people have accents. One thing I never thought about is that people
We
from
have
other
accents to
other
other
people
people?
from other countries. They said one of the coolest thing about meeting Americans is that they're like, oh, you sound like the TV, and I've never thought about that.
that is
I've
true.
never. To me, it just sounds
the
like
fact
us.
that we control the TV and the movies and everything. Though,
So in
people are
other countries like Eastern
"Damn."
European countries, New Zealand,
'Cause
to
when they come
them,
over here, they wanna
we
sound like us.
we sound like their TV.
Damn.
So I didn't even think about that. So hey, if you're in New Zealand, Estonia, Latvia, wherever you are in the Eastern Europe,
I have a friend from Latvia.
cool. Thank you for tuning in.
Yo.
As I said before I went into this weird rant about Jamie's rating system.
It's amazing.
Jamie, start off the thing. What did you think about this season?
With the current season?
Yeah, the current season of Umbrella Academy.
I liked it. It's 4.5 on the scale of the thermometer.
Are
Low
we-
0.5, 4.
Low, mid, high, 4.5.
Oh, so we want to. Oh, shit.
Yeah, you got to get
That
in
takes
there. You got to
more.
dig in. You got to
Okay.
dig in.
It's going to be a.
Even if you haven't had time to fully flesh out,
It's going to
your
be a
head,
medium high on the.
No, don't
No,
add
medium high on the 4.5.
You adding a new one.
Yeah. No, because it's in between. Like if it's.
No, because we said one episode you got low 4.5. You got
It was weird for me because
semi-low,
I watched
mid,
it.
mid, high, and high.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so I
So mid, high,
liked-
4.5 on the
There's
thermometer.
So I took notes on some of the things that I enjoyed about the show, but they were so like, they were all like funny kind of moments.
They
So
were.
like when I laughed, I was like, dang, this was made a good episode. But then like episodes that didn't make me laugh, I feel like I don't know if I enjoyed them much. And I don't know if that's a weird or not.
No, well, why do you think that? Like,
I don't know. Because I think it was this episode.
Do you see Umbrella Academy as a
I like-
parody type show?
No, I loved the first season.
Okay.
Loved the first season. Second season, I really liked this. I don't know, you like in the scale of Dmarc saying, oh, I loved it. You're like, if I say it, second season was like, it was good. You know, it was good. It was better than it. But third season, I'm like, I watched it and I was like, I guess when it came out, I didn't like have to watch it right away.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I was just like all like crazy needing it. Early stuff, I was like, dang, I kind of wanted like the stuff that happened. I was like, cool. And then as it went on, I was like, it's good. I like it. I enjoy it. But then there was parts of it that I'm like, I liked this better than this. I like this better than this. All around, it was a season needed. Yes.
Would you like to see a season 4?
Well, yes, I would love to see the season.
Okay.
Just purely because I want to know
No,
what's
but
gonna
that's
happen.
important though. If you
Yes.
want to
So
see
give me
I don't
give
want
me
it
a
to be-
pro. Give me something that you enjoyed about it, and give me
the
a con.
fucking music. Was
music? Okay.
fantastic. Did you guys know there was a song called Oogum Boogum?
Nope.
So hold up. So I purposely turned subtitles on when the music was around, just because if you guys didn't know, when you turn the subtitles on, it tells you the music titles. The amount of music titles I learned, great. The music. That's the number one part of the show for me is the music.
I saw something. I think it was TikTok. I can't quite remember, but it said whoever did the captions for Umbrella Academy deserves.
Yes.
Oh no, it's Stranger Things that they did it for because it said like tentacles grotesquely moistly slithering, and that's what the caption
There's been
said.
some good captions in the recent.
music.
Yeah.
I would say I don't know, but there obviously is an Umbrella Academy soundtrack. But Oogum Boogum, don't even. I just know that I was watching
I feel
it,
like
and
I
this
actually know
song,
exactly what
this
that is.
song
Hold
came
on.
on, and I go, "What the fuck is this song?" And then the rest of the show, it was early. It was like early episodes, maybe even first episode. I don't know. I was like, I'm ready to only know the fucking music. It was every single time a song came on, I was like, shit's about to go down.
Absolute bop.
Or something's happening, like somebody's doing something. Every time music dropped in that show, I was focused.
Right.
So whoever, I don't even know, what do you call a person who
Composer.
is
I'll see. No. What
the
is that person
who,
called?
The
'Cause
person who like chooses the music or like
I think that's
dictates-
still called a composer.
the person who dictates what
Sound
music plays.
Composer is the person that actually wrote
Makes the music.
Yeah, he's not a
uh,
sound engineer because that's the person who like makes the
right. Hey, so if you're out there,
No,
if
I
you
would
listen to
imagine
this,
that
Maybe.
it's the director's
Maybe.
call. It's
If that's
usually
the director's call, that director.
no
brother,
wait. There's music
I don't know.
producers. There's music producers.
It's not that. It's a director will typically pick. It's like I was telling him when we went and watched Thor: Love and Thunder, like Taika Waititi, which we can't know because he hasn't seen it. And that's
I'll
fine.
watch it. Don't worry.
No, it's fine. And we can. But like Taika Waititi, one in the entire movie, there's almost nothing but Guns N' Roses songs.
You're gonna
playing,
love
which
it,
is
by the
just
way.
wild. You know, yeah, that's another episode.
No, he'll love
No,
it.
hold on.
I
I loved Thor Ragnarok.
Yes, I think you will.
You will like
I
this
feel
less than Ragnarok,
but you'll still like
you
it.
will still say
Okay. They do enough to that every. But that's a different episode.
There you go.
But like Taika,
you will like it
Waititi
3/4
or
as
whatever,
much as Ragnarok.
Hey, that's a lot.
picked-
Maybe
he-
66%.
No, I would say
66.
8 out of 10.
Six.
It's
no, he-
80% as good as
He
Ragnarok.
won't, he won't 8 out of 10 it. You'll,
I bet he
you'll,
will.
you'll 6.5 to 7 out of 10 it.
Okay.
Anyway, I think the director, because they want the songs that thematically pick the right feel of the movie. So more often than not, a director does pick, maybe a producer or someone will say, we think this is good in here. But because the actual songs, not like a composer or the person who does the score, similar to like how you have like the Jurassic Park and the Star Wars songs
Jurassic
or
Park.
the scores that have become so iconic, they pick the actual licensed songs that they want to use because they have to pay for them and they have to go through all that thing. And it's important that it's part of that. So that's not a composer, executive, whatever, because that's music that is already trademarked or copyrighted typically, unless it's already owned by the studio that is making the movie. You're staring at me, but I'm
Okay.
saying,
No, my bad.
I'm only staring because I didn't.
I'm
Usually
almost
don't-
positive the director is the one who would pick any song that was not made specifically for the movie as part of the score.
So if you're on Facebook, if you're on our group, shout out to the group, by the way, for picking up big work for us.
appreciate it.
Hey, if you're out there, look that up, see if he's right or wrong. Obviously,
But yes.
he's not wrong about soups, but this may be one thing he is right about.
No, he is wrong about soups. If you go back and look, he's wrong about soups now.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's not right about soups.
Oh yeah, he's never right.
I
about
actually
anything.
agreed. I actually clicked the same answer as him, but he's still wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's
So-
Because the
Boogum
answer
Boogum.
was the question was it a soup? I don't think it's a soup. I just know you're wrong.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
if the only thing
It's a-
I'm
it's a
asserting
stew.
is that it is not a soup,
Nah, it's a stew, but you're also wrong. Like,
We cannot. Nope.
we can't.
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Like if somebody says like, "Oh, a horse is a car," and then somebody says, "Well, a horse isn't a car."
It's transportation.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Okay.
technically,
No.
Okay, fair.
There's
Gotcha.
umbrella.
Gotcha.
So,
Look at you,
Love the
big
music.
producer Jamie.
he even got his phone out. He took actual notes on his phone.
I did. I had to.
All right, go ahead.
Because when so obviously the reason I took notes is because thermometer only allows me to enjoy entertainment. So if I was just watch this show with my fucking rose colored goggles, I'd be like, yay, enjoy things. And if somebody said, is Umbrella Academy season 3 good? I'd be like, you should watch it. It's good. It's okay. You should watch it. But because I knew this was happening, I'm like, So the music, Oogum Boogum. One, That was my positive. You said also a negative.
Yep, give me a negative.
My negative, the grandfather paradox explanation. I don't 100%.
I love that.
I hated that explanation.
What's that?
That's the thing. Don't ever that.
I can't.
You just know you hated
I just
it.
remember when I was listening to it, I was like,
That's like
none
me
of this.
asking
Yes,
Oliver, why don't you
none
like
of
this
this
food?
shit.
I don't
no.
like it.
I was sitting there listening, and I was like, okay. So my note, they just said it happens because it happens.
No, they had the whole play.
They did. They go, oh yeah, if you do this and this and this and this, and Arrow does this and Arrow does this, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, but like it don't make sense. But also, you just basically said
That's a paradox, bro. That's the point of a paradox. The
but
fact that it makes sense.
I was not a fan of how they explained it. I didn't say that it wasn't a good explanation.
Yep. Okay.
Did not like how they explained it.
Okay.
That's kind of my main negative.
Okay.
Your main negative is just the
Also, I did not like Sloan and Luther.
Ooh, interesting.
I did
Okay,
not
so
like
why? Because
Now, can we?
It felt like
you didn't hold on, you didn't like the characters, or you didn't
I
like
don't
them
like-
together.
the ship. You don't like the ship or
I
the
didn't
character?
like the ship. I
Or
thought the ship.
no way, or both.
the
Because
ship?
I actually I
so-
agree with you,
Hold
but
on. Hold on.
I
What do you mean by
don't- I
the?
liked-
Stop.
I liked-
Stop. What do you mean by the ship? I don't understand that.
the relationship,
like the relationship.
You
What the
ship a
hell's wrong?
character.
What the hell's wrong with you?
He don't watch anime. Bro. He don't
said-
watch anime.
Every
bro. He
time
don't
we've
watch
said
anime.
ship for as long as I've been alive,
You just been pretending like
No,
you
no,
know
no,
what it
no.
means.
it's always been in reference to the championship of some sports.
No,
thing.
that's the
That's
chip.
the chip.
That's the chip.
That's the chip.
Oh yes, yep.
Yeah, it's the chip.
You're right.
Championship.
It's this Four Loco, bro.
I get it, man.
It
If it helps, my eyes are getting real
Yeah,
heavy.
No, I'm starting to feel it.
So I
Next
didn't
episode
like the
goes-
ship.
I'm gonna basically be Eminem next episode.
Hey,
I'm just
shout
telling
out,
you, bro.
shout out, Four Loco. You did your job. I get it. When
Mainly.
they took out the Red Bulls, like damn, or the whatever. I'm
The
like,
caffeine.
damn, they ain't gonna. No, I get why you still exist because this is effective.
You drink one of these, you can find those jerkmate girls no matter where they are. In your town, not in your town, you good.
So
Yeah.
I like Sloan actually. I don't know why I like Sloan more than Luther. I don't.
See, I hate Luther as a character. Oh my god.
No, hold on.
maybe
Maybe
I'm
you-
trying to.
okay,
Maybe I
okay,
don't want to interrupt you,
okay.
but yeah,
No.
go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
think so. Like, it's not that I don't like.
Have you
Luther.
disliked Luther
From
before?
from the
I
start.
don't
Not
think.
you.
I think if I was the
Tim.
like, I'm not gonna rate him because I'm not gonna rate him. But I think he is down farther on the list of characters I care about. Like if he died in a season, I'd be like, oh well. Like I would not care if he died. I don't dislike him,
Ooh,
but I
that's gonna
don't
be a
think.
good episode.
I don't think I would care if he died in a season. That
Okay.
kind of. I don't think if he got Game of Thrones, I wouldn't care.
So if he had not come back at the end of this episode,
I would not have cared.
okay, all right.
So, I felt like it was just one of those, like, it was forced. It was like the first episode, they all like show up and it's like fight, like fucking shit. And then they're like fighting and he's just like googly eye. And I'm like, ugh. Like why?
yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to stop for a minute. Though,
okay.
but I'll comment on things.
So I
that you
didn't
said.
I didn't necessarily care about that. One of my other do we just want to go down? the
Yeah,
list?
go, man. Do you think?
cool.
Do you think? Do you think?
We're asking you first because you've given us good points to
okay.
jump off of when we
That's-
talk
okay.
about our ship.
So, also, I don't know if I didn't get this, but did you guys know who the white dude was with the headphones from the jump or no?
Yeah.
I did not.
Well, okay. Hold on.
From the absolute
Hold on.
jump.
Like when he was
Okay,
wearing,
right. Hold on. So let me
I knew
say this.
once they revealed it, I was
This
like,
is actually one of the good parts about this because for me, you know me. Normally, I like
wrote
to.
it down as weird. White
Me
dude with
normally, I
headphones.
like to. I like to
not
watch
by
things. Like I like to watch things in bulk, so I can kind of get this. So since I'd already seen it, I didn't watch it. So I said yes, but what I meant to say was I knew who it was after he did the thing, but I didn't know immediately, and I
enjoyed
legitimately enjoyed the hell out of that.
Yes, I
yeah, that
enjoyed
was
that.
how they
I
introduced
didn't
Harlan
Google
was
what
phenomenal.
I was like, Harlan.
It was real good. It was really good.
But I forgot they didn't
Yes.
they didn't give his name away
Nope.
right away, and
No,
they did a
they did
very
not.
good job. So when she goes, so like obviously I'd seen him do the thing, and I was like, what
Yep.
the fuck? Like my brain started moving a little bit.
Oh,
and I was
see,
like,
I didn't
Yes.
get until they said the name. That's why I
Yes.
love it.
Well, they
because
said,
there's
well,
very
he
few
did-
times.
he did the thing. He did the
there's
fire
very few
blow-up
times
thing.
I'm confused about
and I was like, did it? Who
No,
else can
'cause-
do the
no,
Vanya
even when
ship
she
of
said-
Vanya? And
even-
it started to spin, and then they go Harlan, and I was like,
Yeah.
even when she
my
said
God.
Harlan, hold on, even when she said Harlan, the thing I like about you remember me, I played the Assassin's Creed games all at once. I played the Uncharted games all at once. I played Last of Us 2 all at once.
that's so good though. It's so good.
The only thing I don't like about that is that I don't get those moments where, since something's so fresh in my brain, twists don't affect
You don't
me
get
there.
that. Oh,
Right.
fuck.
So
Yeah.
since I had only watched this when we did the review the last time,
Yeah.
when they were like Harlan, I was like, Harlan, who the
Yes.
fuck? And then like I was like, and then so after the episode was over, I took a second, I was like,
Yeah,
and you
see,
know how
that's-
good it feels to get a moment like
Oh,
so,
yeah, for
it's
sure.
That might have
so
been one of my
good.
favorite parts.
So good.
Also, when Reginald was singing fucking Nelly in the car.
It's the best. Oh boy, I let you hold on.
Also, that
Speaking
whole part is probably my favorite part of the show.
When he's
Reginald
with Klaus?
singing Nelly with Klaus teaching him how to do reanimation
Okay.
training. That was probably the best
Man, cool.
part of the show for me.
I'm gonna let you finish because I got some shit to say about that.
But-
I'm gonna let you do your thing.
It's great. That's
Yeah.
when thermometer takes over.
Yeah.
That is the 8.5 of the whole season for
Right.
me.
Okay.
The father-son sign between Reginald and Klaus.
The whole.
I really know. I like the buddy feel of it.
I also have my favorite line of the whole show. Y'all ready to knock this triple sow cow doggy style?
What?
That was a line. As fucking Klaus said it. I used to not. Okay, so season 1 and 2 didn't care about Klaus. Klaus was
Okay.
like maybe middle.
What? What?
I
Hold
know.
on, right?
I know. I had
Yep.
this conversation with somebody at work already. I didn't.
And me.
He
And-
moved. He moved to like number 2 on my spot from the bottom.
Behind
Okay.
who?
5 is the best.
That's fair.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's that nigga. Yeah. that's like-
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay.
But
Yeah.
although
I was
his
just-
character did make me mad a little bit,
Hold
not
on.
because, but he not of his own volition. So when I get to, I'll
Talking
tell you
about, like,
why
the
it got me.
the Deadpool version or just him doing.
I'll tell you why I got
No,
mad. I don't
okay,
want to.
okay.
Yeah,
So
you got a little-
Klaus I'm pretty sure it was Klaus that said like, y'all ready to knock this out triple sock out doggy style. And I was like, damn, that's how I want to start this episode. I'm going to ask y'all if y'all want to do this. But then I forgot
Till right now.
until right now. Hey, you can could be. Y'all ready to knock this out triple sock out doggy style?
Perfect.
Is that what Klaus said?
I don't know.
That'll
But-
just be
but if
a
they heard that,
soundbite
that'd be a
for
soundbite.
the Facebook or social media post for the episode.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
At an
Yeah.
hour in, if that helps you. I don't know.
No, I mean,
No, I had to listen to the
no, at 30 minutes in.
Yep.
at like 25 minutes.
There we go.
25
Another thing
minutes
I
in
really
game.
enjoyed, Vanya / Victor. She wasn't Vanya at the time. When she threatened the Sparrows 1, I was like, damn, that bitch.
Real
Yeah.
tough guy shit.
Bro, it was
real nigga shit.
Yeah. I kind of fucked with that, even
Yeah.
though it was like,
Because Elliot Page,
But I'm
he's
gonna
a
it was
real
very,
one.
it was very like,
Ellen
But I'm gonna
it
tell
was
you-
very, at first it was very weak. She's like, but when she's like,
See, I will tell you
but
my
then she like,
and then the
set
light
up,
started flickering and
bro,
shit.
I was
man.
like,
Here's the only problem I have with that. The only problem
And dude was like,
try
I'm a
not,
bitch.
not to like step on it. The only problem I had with that is that like I legitimately thought like
was
it was gonna
cold.
be that like that
Yeah,
real
yeah,
nigga
yeah,
shit,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like the real nigga shit disappeared immediately,
Exactly.
and I
So-
felt like.
But you still fucked with it though enough to
Yeah, I
where,
feel
like,
right. No, I
yes.
legitimately was like, ooh, I
Yes.
love where they're going with it. I
Yes.
legitimately was like, cool,
Yes.
because one of the things that I'm an unpopular opinion, I legitimately like, I was watching reviews like beforehand, like after I watched it, I watched a couple reviews from different political stances because I wanted to see how the different political aisles felt about it.
Vanya
But
Victor stuff.
yeah, no, about the show because normally people's
okay.
political leanings infect how they view media in
Do
general.
you think
So the whole Victor
ahead.
thing, the sort of thing about like one of the things that like, so I was kind of like, cause me, I was like, okay, they handled the like, so spoiler alert, obviously he gave you the warning at the beginning. So obviously since Elliot Page transitioned, they changed the character. One of the things that I enjoyed about it, which made me like, cool, this season's kind of got me like real, they didn't beat you over the head
Thank
too
you.
hard.
That was
like,
literally-
see, hold on, because like,
I'm
Hold
a little
on.
bit on the opposite.
See,
Give me
no.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
yeah,
2 seconds.
yeah, go ahead.
I think what they did, doing it all in like kind of one episode, was kind of good. Like they were like, oh, and
Well, this is something
Yeah.
I actually thought about a lot
But-
when I watched the show, so I have a lot to say
my
on this.
only issues
topic.
with the show was like there was a whole scene where like her and Allison or him and Allison were talking, and Allison was like, "I'm never gonna let anybody mess with my brother
Thank
Victor,"
you.
and I'm
Yep.
like,
Okay,
okay,
so
the
here's
only
the-
reason
no,
I get
you
it.
don't need to.
So hold
I
on. So
get it,
in
but,
my
like, if you've already done the setup, you don't need to.
sure.
throw that in
But hold
there.
on. This is
Well,
this is my
yeah.
thermometer. This is my thermometer moment. So normally, you know me, I consume so much media across all
Yeah.
types of media.
But this also
that
goes
I'm
back
used
into,
to.
like,
hold on.
your
I'm
thing
used
last
to.
week.
Hold on.
I'm used to Marvel and DC, where if somebody's like, they're like, oh man, I can't believe they would have a black, gay, trans woman in a wheelchair with autism who's missing half her face. And then I'm like, why'd you have to tell me all that? Just let me. Right. So I'm used to how over the top they are.
Yeah.
So just to have a whole, just have one episode,
fresh air
just have one episode where it's like, oh, this is who I am, and literally everybody's like, cool, that's not the weirdest shit we got going on. And then they kept it moving. That one little word is like, I won't let anybody.
And that is why. So
it felt like restraint. It felt like they were just being, because like in general,
it's like they wasted it, not wasted, but they almost like they threw out episode like, hey, we need to do this episode so we can just
So and that's what, and I legitimately see.
It was like episode 2, I think.
You know how good
episode 2
how good that person made me feel, because one of the things that I was like, and in general, I get, sure, you can say, hey, if y'all want to cancel me out there, it's fine. I'm black, I can't be canceled. It doesn't work that way. But one of the things that like, it was good that they said, hey, we're acknowledging that this happened.
Yes.
It's not a big deal in this world because these motherfuckers got powers.
Yes.
And then they kept it pushing. I was like, oh my God. Not only it made me so much more invested in, like, they were just like, yeah, it is just what it is. Let's keep it going. Because like, I don't know if you've ever seen, you guys haven't watched Comey Can't Communicate, which if you have not, if you have not, take a chance to go watch Comey Can't Communicate. They do that in that show. Yeah. Like there's one of the characters, he was like one of the main characters, like, oh, I thought you were a boy in middle school. And he was like, I don't know. Sometimes I just, do whatever. And then that's all that was said. They called them and we kept it pushing. And that, you know how much I'm like, yes, like that's what, like, so they earned like, so if I thought something was like a 3 before, I'm like, cool, you a 5 because you know what it is.
Yeah.
You know that we're not children.
Yeah.
And you kept it pushing.
Exactly.
So just want to say big shout out to that.
That's why I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Big shout out to that.
There was some stuff later on that was kind of like, still like, I thought it was fun. It's like the whole like, Luther wanted to throw him a party and stuff. And I was like, dang, that put a little tear in my eye. And that's Luther. If you watch
but
the
see,
show.
right, but it
and
felt
Diego's
in character and it felt in world.
Nothing.
100%.
So the one scene you're talking about was, so I had 2 issues with how they handled the
brother scene where he's like, Allison was like my brother.
So there was only 2 instances where I think, because one of my biggest compliments of the show is the same thing. And again, we're going to plug our Patreon until we die at this point. One of the exclusive Patreon episode that we released, we discussed a little bit about how inclusion should work. So, I mean, trans is I don't want to say the new thing, but that's been the more hot button issue. I think when we were coming up, it was more of the gay or lesbian or homosexual or whatever we're going to talk about.
Thai lady boys.
Yeah.
Shout out Thai lady boys.
We love them here. We know they sinners, but they know they sinners, and their country loves them for that.
Buddy. I know.
No.
Yes, very good reference, but yeesh. Is the people who didn't pay for the Patreon.
Sinner reference? Yeah. Okay.
People who didn't pay for the Patreon are going to be wilding out on us.
No, Jamie, you don't get to. You don't get to explain.
Why don't I get to explain this?
Because it's on the Patreon.
That's the episode that got released this week.
So it's only wild if you, it's only wild if you're not on the Patreon. If it's on the Patreon, this is much more tame. But
if you're not on Patreon, you don't get it.
Yeah, you don't get it.
Real quick plug. Win Awesome Collides Patreon, sponsored by whatever. We have like 3 people on there. It's kind of neat. Anyway, we have more than that, but that's fine.
Still,
but hold on. So, when we were coming up, it was always the I'm going to say gay shit just because that's what I want to say because it makes you laugh. Yeah, it just makes you laugh to say gay shit. But you would watch TV shows that would try to do that. You'd see somebody like timidly walking out of the closet, and you'd spend a whole season. You'd see somebody like a whole season, right? They'd be like,
Mom, Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet.
Yeah. But you see, the whole season was wrapped up in this thing because they were trying to let you know that they were being edgy and shit like that. And I know everybody's opinion on Friends for the most part, and that's still a show that I like. But I always look back at Friends and I was like, they handled this great. It was turned out my life.
It's a black podcast. We don't talk about Friends.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What was it was Living Single, right? With Queen Latifah.
Damn, Living Single was a good ass show.
No, right, but I'm just saying. No, that was the show that was supposed to be Friends.
I still think I still don't think people are supposed to know Queen Latifah gay.
I don't think she knows.
That's what, bro. That's one of the most confusing.
That's another conversation.
Okay,
I'm just saying. I go back and watch Friends, and people give it all this shit for stuff, and I go back and watch them like, well, they handled in the early 90s, they handled gay characters better than almost any sitcom on the air. It was, oh, my wife's a lesbian, and they didn't ever
unless you watch Martin
flush
Lawrence.
it down your stop. They didn't.
He literally cross-dressed.
That's not the same.
That's not the same thing.
Stop.
That's not the same thing.
Stop. I get in at the time. That's different.
It's not the same thing.
Different conversations. But you would watch the shows that handled it well, and they were just like, it is what it is. And that was one of my biggest compliments from the beginning of the show was because we didn't know how they were going to handle it, right? Because I think it was shortly after.
Who's the gay person in Friends? I've watched Friends literally.
You know who Ross is? The paleontologist.
Yeah,
He's the taller guy with
Rachel's husband.
Yes.
He's gay?
No. His wife at the beginning.
Damn, that's how you know I've watched
Tim,
Friends
the
literally.
first Tim.
I watched the most Friends I watched when I got COVID last 2 years ago.
The first episode of the show.
He kissed a dude.
No, it's his wife.
wife.
His ex-wife.
He finds
she's a
out that his
lesbian?
wife is a lesbian.
Yeah,
she
but we
leaves him.
we obviously know that like gay women are literally like
That is fair.
subset of
That is
society.
fair.
That
They
is-
don't count.
No,
If you were a female,
no, yes,
and
gay
you were
men
gay,
were the next. But
Okay,
in
yes.
'92,
It's okay still.
It was the first. No, it was one of the first TV shows to have an openly gay character.
Beside
white
Ellen.
TV show.
Yeah. Ellen was the first. She's the pioneer.
No, she was not. Ellen was like '96, where she ended up. But she
Rosie
came out as gay in real
O'Donnell.
life.
Yeah.
Friends was one of the first
Oh,
shows
yeah,
that
yeah.
had
Have a
gay
character.
person
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
as part of the canon from the jump. And
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
handled
My
it
bad,
well.
my bad.
So looking at this, we see all these.
But they
things
also
in the
played it
movie.
off as a
Hold-
joke.
hold on.
Let him fin-
Which
let,
might
him,
have
let him
helped.
finish his statement.
I know.
You play the womp sound for yourself.
Yeah. No.
No. Hit the womp sound. There you go.
Is that Jamie? Anybody watch me point at him? So that was my biggest thing because Ellen went to Elliot shortly after Umbrella season 2 came out.
Right.
And it was kind of a toss up whether or not they were going to say it was still Vanya in the show. Or
No,
what
they
were-
literally said it like
not from
a
the jump.
day.
They did not.
Yeah, they did.
No, because Elliot Page came out and said, "I'm okay still
Yeah,
playing
Robert,
Vanya."
yeah, Elliot Page said,
yes.
I will play
She did,
Vanya
but
as long as I
Elliot
need
Page
They
to.
just
came
changed
out-
the name in the credits.
Yes.
Yes.
They changed it to Elliot Page, which is fine. So he said, "I'm still cool playing the character of Vanya."
Yes.
As long as the show needs me to play Vanya.
Yes.
They hadn't,
Yes, I
they
remember
hadn't
that.
fully come out and said that they're going to deal with the transitioning episode
Yes.
until maybe a month or two before the show came out. I'm like, I'm very curious to see how they do this. And the best part was that they already had backstory for it, and they had a story cause because the thing that I know Dmarc hates more than anything is when somebody doesn't explain how something happened, it just happens.
Yeah.
And to say I didn't even know this was the real me until
that I did
girl.
enjoy.
That was really smart.
That was really smart.
Really
So
smart
good.
playoff.
So good. Hey,
Lord.
if you're watching this, if you are, why? But if you are, but I appreciate you. And hey, whoever worked on this show and did that,
So it
you
was-
deserve a raise.
It was a smart
Yes.
and meaningful way to do it, so it didn't feel like ham-fisted. Then the brother comment happened.
Yep.
And the only other thing I didn't like, whether or not this is reasonable or not,
Yeah, it probably is.
I hated that they invited him to the bachelor party.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't.
So at first I thought I liked
Why?
it. No, at first I thought I liked it.
Mhm.
So you saying
But
that
then
you
hold
wouldn't
on.
have been someone's like
Yeah, no, hold on. Let him
Not the
explain
best-
why. I
Not
want to
the
know.
best man part. That was great.
Oh.
See, the thing
I
you
don't
like
know if
about,
that's. I thought that was
The
odd
best man
because
part I thought was cool.
see, the only reason I thought that was odd because story wise, Vanya was always kind of like the
Luther-
black sheep in
Well, also,
there.
but,
But
him and Luther, like,
but that's the Luther character. So again, I thought, and I'll get into that in
Right.
one second.
Fair. Right,
So
right,
I thought the best man thing was fine.
Okay.
I thought the bachelor party obviously makes sense
Got it.
from the want you to be my best man part of it.
Yes.
But then you alienate an entire character. Granted, she was being a giant cunt this entire season.
Allison?
And I did not like
Who
Allison this season almost at all.
I think that's
told
what
me
they
that I would
did it
not
right.
like her
They
at
did
the
her
end.
They
bad.
did it right. No, I think they did it right.
But they
See,
turned
that's
her-
what I said.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay, my bad,
Let
my
me
bad,
finish.
my bad, my bad, my
Okay.
bad.
Okay.
I'm still torn whether or not she's a Joffrey and a Ramsey, or they just did her dirty, and I kind of dislike because I
They didn't do
understood.
her dirty.
No,
She did what she had
my
to do.
opinion, yeah, kind of, but also,
Nah.
but anyway, so they
Dang
alienated
blood.
an entire character,
Yeah,
and Luther asking her or asking him to go to the bachelor party and doing all that kind of alienated, and then to still say, "Oh, bury the hatchet, do this, do that," after all the shit that
Yeah,
Allison
you got to
had done.
suck it up, bro.
no,
me-
see, that's why I don't like
But
Luther as
that's
a
why
character.
I don't like that scene where they just said, "Hey, we're going to not also invite Allison to the bachelor party,"
Oh, I
because it
don't like that.
alienated
Yeah, I don't
just
like that.
one
No,
character.
I don't like that at all.
So for me, with Vanya being the only other girl, quote unquote, that had grown up with Allison and they were supposed to be partners and do all this shit, for another character to come in and
See,
just because he had transitioned to say, "Oh, do the bachelor party now,"
Yeah.
but not invite Allison as well, you're alienating one character from the family
Yeah.
to try to incorporate
I'd invite
another.
my sisters.
The
So
only
for me-
reason I don't think that it was done that way personally. I think it
don't
was
think
done that way
done
because
way.
there's hold on. The only reason I think they were setting up the entire season was Allison was supposed to be the lightning rod
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on. This is what made the last episode so bad. I'm
No,
sorry,
but
but
we'll
so
get
my
to
bad.
that.
My
We'll
bad.
get to
Yeah,
that.
I got you.
Because we do bad at this. We
Okay,
jump
I
around.
got you.
But I'm just saying, me personally, I'm not saying from a story element, it didn't make sense that I couldn't see where they were going with it. Me personally, I don't think that added to the story quite as much unless they, I don't know. Personally, I didn't like it. The best man part, I love. See, and this is where when you said you don't like Luther, I've liked Luther from the jump. I think it's different. Hold on. I think it's different for
He's
how
just
people,
at the
right? But
bottom.
I think it's how people relate to certain characters, right?
I don't think it's that.
Let me explain.
Okay.
Let me explain.
Okay.
Because for me, and this is more of the you didn't talk about shit in the one episode we asked you to talk about shit. For me, the whole Luther.
What episode was that?
It's one of them that we've recorded. We have a bankable amount of episodes.
The trauma.
Yes, and I did just edit that one, so that is up on the bank to be released if we need it to be
That's
released.
crazy.
It might be the next exclusive Patreon episode because after listening to that,
Why would it be exclusive when you don't say anything?
because there's other stuff said.
That's crazy.
I don't answer your question, but there's another stuff said in that episode that I'm not getting canceled for. But anyway, it's one of those things like I see Luther and you see him start from the jump and he's tried to do so much to get the approval of other people.
Yeah, and I
because
get
he's
it.
constantly felt like even though he's in charge, he's basically given a role, but then taken advantage of the entire time. And he wants so much for people to be together. He wants so much for people to come together.
I
and all
don't
this shit.
dislike Luther.
No, but I'm just saying for me, I've always actually really
I do.
liked.
I do.
Oh, do
No,
you?
yeah, no, I
hate
hate
him.
I
Hate him.
actually, I think Luther for me is probably top mid as far as if I had to rank the people out.
Absolute bottom.
Would you
Right.
put Diego ahead of Luther?
I would
Diego's actually a okay.
I like
so Diego's
Diego.
my second favorite
I
character.
like Diego. No,
Thank you.
No,
I
it
do
goes,
think
it goes
he's-
5,
Okay.
but I honestly think for me 5 and Klaus are probably tied. And
No,
Klaus has
that
been,
can't. They can't. You
So
can't.
Diego
okay,
is
so Klaus
disrespected.
Diego was 2 for me.
Listen,
Klaus
listen.
took over 2 after the
okay,
season.
So for me, it honestly would go Klaus 5.
yes,
Um,
Diego. Just go
I
ahead and say
want to
it.
say
No,
Luther,
say it.
Diego,
No. Wow.
Vanya, Allison after this season.
Allison's at your bottom.
Allison's always been last for me.
Allison has been my bottom
but not because of her own problems. I think the problem with the writers is that. So my bad. I'll let you finish and I'll go into my.
So Allison's on my bottom, and I can.
If you're
explain that
watching
in
this
2
on
seconds.
YouTube, I apologize. I got to go to the bathroom. If you're not watching this on YouTube, it doesn't matter. My bad. Forget what I said.
So for me, I think Luther's always been at my top because he does try.
Really?
I know that's what I'm saying though. That's why I think it's interesting how people relate to different characters.
It's not a relation thing. It's just
No, for you, but yeah. So I look at it, and
entertainment. I look at it as entertainment.
But I think he's been one of the most. I love the Luther storylines. Right?
He might have been in the middle for me until this season, but
No, even this season, I actually liked. I think they developed him more this season, which made me like him more.
I think it was the Sloan thing.
Which
The
is
Sloan
why
thing with him. I don't like that they forced it. It's like
You do realize- hold
it's
on,
like-
you're
it's-
saying-
to me, it's like when they
you
it's like
remember.
when they-
Hold on, you remember that this is based off of comic books.
Yes.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna cough really quick.
Okay. I just don't think
Hold on,
that
you're
I
saying
enjoyed.
But you didn't enjoy that.
No.
But this is also. I can't say whether or not I didn't actually read Hotel in the comic books. I know for a fact that this is the first season where they kind
It's
of
like
went
their own
off
way.
of,
So it's like maybe 50-50. We
they
don't
started
know,
to
but-
break away. So
Yes.
but again, Luther actually falling for Stone for me.
Sloan.
I said Sloan.
I think it says Stone.
No, I said it could have sounded. I might have said Stone.
We slurring, bro.
This
We
Four
drunk.
Loco
I get it.
fucking
Let's
hit.
Let's go.
So Luther falling for Sloan for me makes perfect sense when he'd been
It does
fucking
make
his
perfect
sister.
sense. It does make perfect sense.
No, he
And-
didn't pipe Allison.
He didn't pipe her.
He didn't
But when
pipe
she
Allison.
tried-
He wanted
that's
to
the
pipe.
only scene that I was like,
That's why I thought that scene was I thought that scene was great.
rapey.
I thought it was great
that's the
because
only
of
scene I
that.
did not
No,
like.
I loved the scene.
I
Okay,
actually
so this
never.
is what.
Ooh, go,
no, they
go,
actually
go,
never.
go. All right.
Anyway, hold up.
Oh, go.
Hold
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
But
Go
I'm
ahead.
just saying, I like Luther because I think
I
they
like Luther.
developed. Five's character has not developed at all. It's just, he's the same character in and out. Now, I get
Yes.
it. He's the youngest person to play the best old man character I've ever seen. So whatever the actor's name is, perfection.
Side note.
Hey, hold on. Side note. Also, he just turned 18, so he really is the age that he was supposed to.
Just turned 18.
5 just turned 18.
There's no way.
Yeah, I just looked.
He's 18 or 19 in
Is
real
he
life.
really?
Yeah, in real life. So that's what I'm saying. Like, hey,
That makes
hold on,
sense.
hold on.
Adrian,
Side note.
it starts with an A.
Before
Aiden,
you go.
something.
I got you. No. All I was doing was saying like, Aiden Gallagher,
Aiden
Is that his
Gallagher.
name?
you did your shit.
So that makes sense because I've seen numerous shit since this season has come out that said that DC needs to make him the next Robin.
Yeah, Drake. Yeah,
the
he
Drake,
he
yeah.
killed us, Tim Drake. Yeah.
That's what I've.
But the
I've
whole
heard,
thing
I've
is
still- I've seen
he-
so- bro. He would.
He is the best.
Top ass.
He does an incredible
did top
job
ramen?
playing an old man that doesn't need character development.
Yeah.
What they did with this story in this was there are some parts I didn't like, but 5 hasn't developed at all.
No.
Klaus
But I
has
like
not
that.
developed. Klaus has not
That's not
developed
true.
at all.
That's not
yes,
true.
it is.
That's not true.
No,
That's
this
not
was
true.
no. You mean
This
hold
season is
on.
like-
I think this
Are
was.
you
Hold on. Let him.
kidding
Let him. Hold
No,
on.
no,
Hold on.
no,
Let him
no,
finish.
I'm saying
He's
up
saying
until
up
this
to this
season-
point.
Up to this point,
That's why I like him down.
up to this point, and
Yes.
including for 5 season 3.
Yeah.
I don't think 5's character has developed at all.
No,
because
but I think
he's
I like
the,
that
He
because
did-
he is.
Th-
He
that's
is.
you right.
Right,
He's
that's what I mean.
lived-
I like that.
He's lived in. He's
that's
the
why-
anchor.
But that's
Yes.
why he's one of my tops, even though
Yeah.
there's no character development.
Yeah.
Klaus,
Hey,
up
whoa!
until,
What would you
hey,
mean
yo,
there's
one of
no
your
development?
tops?
listen,
Little
5?
bottom boy.
5?
Oh, it was a. I was making a.
No, I get a gay joke.
Yeah, yeah.
Because this show full of like gay shit.
Yeah,
I
we
get
do.
you.
Hey, we do what we do.
Yeah.
Damn, we don't
Anyway.
say, you can't say gay and shit together.
LGBT. You know.
You
what
gotta
I'm
say
saying?
like. I'm just saying you can't say gay and shit together. Like you gotta be like gay.
Shit.
Shit.
All right,
So
got
like
you. Yeah.
Anyway, don't matter.
Okay.
So 5, fine. Klaus, up until this season, I love Klaus, by the way, but he did not have a ton of character development.
was not a fan of him in second season.
Allison, I don't feel has had actual
Because she black.
character. Yep. I told you. What did I tell you before we even started recording today?
Features?
That I was going to do the best I could to make sure that you guys would stop throwing in, because every episode I listen to, there's always shade that I don't like black people. I'm not really sure where that keeps coming from.
Do you find
It's-
Allison
it's-
attractive?
I can't answer that question.
I don't think that's
for
fair
a
because we
different-
know he's an ace dude.
I was about to
you know.
say, I think
Because he
no.
He is
I
very
have
ace.
I have
That makes
come
sense.
to find that when I say somebody's attractive, I actually don't mean it the way that other people do.
Are you trying to just stick your dick in him?
I've never thought that about anybody.
He don't do that.
Yeah.
He's literally like he only exists
How
to
he got to
procreate.
prison?
Right. He's only had sex 2 times.
No, but that's sure. But like
he shoot 2 loads,
great-
100%.
the Great White Hope got like a coupon that said like, I fuck with you. So it's
She got that
different.
coupon book. You get a
Yeah.
massage or some kids, and she
Yeah.
just picked.
And she
2
kept
kids.
picking kids, and like, it was in the coupon book.
It's fair.
But
Maybe I'm gonna take this.
So Allison, I feel like it was
he
like
said,
anti-
"If I have to." That's what he said.
Allison, it's definitely the anti-hero development, which is fine. But Luther overall,
No, not
No, hold on.
anti-hero at all. Get the fuck out of here.
I might be, dude. I'm telling you this.
I get it. This located. I got it, man. This guy. I'm in the stratosphere
I
right
need to
now, bro.
articulate a criticism. I came so prepared.
Go
and
ahead. Do
now
you
I
think?
just
Do you think? Do you think?
my lips just keep moving. In any way, but Luther for me, I loved the way my favorite Luther moment of the season, hands down, was he was talking to Diego and he was sitting there making the fucking mixtape or mixed record or whatever the fuck he was making.
Yeah.
And he's like,
10 out of 10.
he's like, where the fuck is Vanya? And he goes, Victor. He's like, who the fuck is Victor?
Yes.
And he's like, no, Victor is Vanya. Vanya is Victor now. And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, Vanya
He's like,
is
what
Victor.
else did I miss?
And he's like, what the fuck did I, what else did I miss? And
But he was
for-
living his best life.
hold on. But for
being
me,
kidnapped.
that was the first part of it. He was just like, crazy shit keeps happening. What the fuck? Fill me in. And then when he saw Victor, he just looked at him and you could tell that he wanted to be sincere without,
Yes,
and this
but
is
he didn't know how to do it.
A quantifiable
Damn.
educator
Victor,
to the
Luther
writing.
is fucking Xavier, bro.
Luther literally, right? Like I said, Luther looked at him, and the only thing he said, because he's like, I'm either going to be ham fisted with this because I
Yep.
usually fuck it up, but all he said was, "Hey man, I dig the haircut."
Yeah,
and
bro.
that one line right there, I was just like,
That's Xavier.
That is
Xavier's
the
like, that's how I
smartest-
would. That's
that's the
how I
only
would do
way-
it.
No,
that makes sense. That's why I dislike
Xavier's
Luther
like,
so
I don't
much.
know.
That's
For
fair.
me-
Xavier goes
That's
in
fair.
Xavier's brain. He goes, if Xavier was to
talk.
see someone, he'd be like, damn, this motherfucker.
Yeah, I get
He'd
it.
just be like,
no,
If-
but it's a difference.
nice shoes.
It's
The
when you
worst
got-
character in
Yeah.
the show is
Yeah.
definitely who Xavier would love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. It's
Damn.
fine. We've had this conversation.
I love it.
That if we all met each other 2 years ago, I don't think we'd be the same.
Nah, we'd be
level.
the best of friends.
Anyway,
bro,
But
we
for-
would
hold
meet
on.
each other. We would meet each other. You'd be in like an asylum.
Yeah, that's rough. I probably would be. Yeah, that's rough.
Oh boy, that's embarrassing.
but again, to wrap it all up, a
Love you,
show
bro. We
that's
love you,
able-
bro. We love you. Though.
I know. I know. But to wrap it all up, the show I think did an incredible job. Other than the one blatant moment of my brother.
Yeah, that was rough.
But I was so
rough.
worried that it was going to be such a focal point of season 3.
Yep.
And
when they
every
took it away.
character, but they got every character that got a chance.
Even the sparrows.
That's what I'm saying.
We didn't talk about sparrows, but like
but every character got a chance to look at
when
Victor.
they killed a couple off, I was like, thank God.
But every character got a chance to look at Victor and make their one comment. So Diego was just like, when he was like, I'm Victor now. He's like,
Okay.
yeah.
He
Okay.
just says, okay.
He's like, yeah, I don't fucking care. I got other shit to do. Obviously, Allison was like trying to be really emphatic about it.
They were like the closest.
5 was just like, already, he's like,
Whatever.
I've seen so much shit that this
we're
makes
good.
perfect sense. But like the Luther moment, I feel
Maybe
like
he already knew though.
But Luther,
Because, he was.
nah, he didn't. He would have
We don't
been
know.
like,
we
we will
don't
never know, right? Because he lost an
Damn.
arm and he saw an armless version of himself. Whatever.
Spoiler
But
alert.
I think get
This whole get the fuck out. All right,
for me, obviously,
nigga.
obviously Klaus's character was never going to give a fuck because he's always just been
fluid.
and in that space anyway. So I think for me in this
I don't know,
season,
Klaus might be
handling
number one
that
after
one
five. Might be
thing,
number one after this
handling that
season.
one thing, the nice haircut part for me was like the most genuine, sincere.
Yes.
And there's very
Luther
few
is definitely
times
autismo.
that's
Easily Asperger's.
Easily autismo.
He's the closest on the spectrum. I get it.
Yeah.
Like when
it was the most heartfelt moment that
It was.
anybody
It was
gave.
I 100%
Anybody gave it.
100. No, I wouldn't say the most heartfelt.
The most heartfelt because Allison was always like, "Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't notice." Which is
my
important.
favorite part
Hold on,
was when he
hold on.
asked for. He literally Diego. See, this is the best part. This is why I might see Diego. I'm Diego.
I
You're
love
Luther.
Diego.
When he's sitting there, and he's like, they're like, "Hey, I want to throw a party for Victor," and blah 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 blah, and blah 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 blah. And then Victor shows up, and Diego goes, "Hey, Luther wants to throw a party for you to make sure you feel loved. You feel loved?" Victor goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Good," and he walks away.
He said, "Good, you are."
I'm like, yeah. He goes, "Good, you are." Walked away. That's for me. That's boom, done.
I
Walk
wouldn't
away.
want to throw a party for somebody. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
No, get the fuck out of here. No, you can't tell us how you feel.
Oh, no.
We know you.
We know you.
We know you.
Tell you how
bro.
I feel.
Nah.
I wouldn't want to throw a party for the
Xavier.
person. I would want to make sure that they knew.
No, you'd want a
Yeah,
party
I said
thrown
that,
for
but
you.
you would wanna
so
do
you would
something.
throw a party for
Hey.
them because you'd want a party thrown for you.
Oh, that actually works. No, that actually worked fine.
Yeah.
Because it's scary how
Yeah.
close that was.
See?
I didn't think about it
All
like that. Because
All
that's
right.
the only way I think about things is how would I want this done for me?
Yeah.
And if I came out and if I told you that I was Xena tomorrow,
Then you would want us to throw.
You want us to celebrate.
And you know, next Saturday
Yes.
we'd be throwing a motherfucking party for you.
Yes.
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 Umbrella Academy is our group just with powers. And then,
There's
yo, niggas,
seven-
y'all telling me.
seven of them, and there's 6 of us.
Oh.
No, there's 7 of us. There's 7 of them. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. I got you.
got
They don't
the
know about the
solid
solid 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild. Okay,
Are you
so let's
telling
do
me
this.
you after
Let's do
3
this.
seasons you're
No, let's
just
do
now
this.
realizing that
No.
they're us?
No, let's. Yes, let me do
That's
this.
They got
crazy.
so
So
early because
obviously,
Ben's back.
I don't count. I don't
Yeah.
count Ben, and I don't count old girl.
no, but we count.
Sloan?
No, I count Ben.
No, we count dead Ben. That's
count
Dick
dead Ben.
Face.
Ben technically-
No, I count.
Dead-
No.
Dick Face.
Dick Face, if you listening, we love you, bro.
He
You
be
ain't
ghosting
dead.
so much. The dead Ben
Hey,
is
hold
Dick
on.
Face.
My bad. Hey, we've been drinking. Hey, Dick Face.
Oh, we love you.
No. Like we were out. We were playing disc golf at this point last week.
Damn.
With the recording, and he was like, "Oh, remember we were talking about his birthday." And then
When was his birthday?
no, remember you weren't there for the last birthday. That's so last
that's
birthday
not true.
was when we imbibed some extras. And he said, he was like, "What did I don't remember why I was crying." And we're like, "Yeah, you were
the
crying." And then,
mushroom.
and
I
then
missed
right, and
that
then he was like,
birthday.
"Well, not mushrooms, some extras." So he said, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah, you were crying because you were like, oh, I'm sorry, I just disappeared for a while." And
He
then
do
I,
be sad.
and
Every
then-
time
hold on,
every time he comes out, he do.
hold on. He said,
Love you, Dick Face? But
"Man, bro, please edit this part out. I can't stop talking."
Yeah.
So like he said, like
No,
he
these are
said,
the best. I
"This
love
is
listening back to
embarrassing." So he was like, "Man, I'm sorry. I just like disappeared for a while and then come back." And I said, "Yeah, but do you remember what you said?" Because he said that. He said, "I'm sorry. I just disappeared and come back." And I was like, "Yeah, you could just like."
yeah, you do that.
You could just stay in the group and then
Yeah.
like be. He was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do that, but I am gonna apologize yearly for disappearing." And I was
Hey,
like, "That's
hey.
my boy. That's my
But
boy.
that's Ben.
That's big." He said, "Hey,
You
I'm
wanna
gonna
know why?
disappear."
You want to know
I'm-
why? Because only one of us see him at a time. So
But you know the craziest part
not
is
true.
That's hold on, but that's exactly what happened. Ben
He
was
do
like,
show up- he
"I
do
want
go-
to
he
be
go
in
to
a
St.
group,"
Louis.
and then when he was done drinking, he dipped the fuck out.
Right. So okay, so Dick Face is Ben. obviously.
Nah, we ain't gonna sit here and just.
No, we ain't gonna break this down.
No,
because I ain't had a
wanna do
chance to
this.
talk it. No, I
I
ain't
ain't
had a chance to talk
I
it.
want to do this.
No.
I'm Luther.
I'm the main
This is
character.
No.
Which
I got to
one?
get my chance to talk. No, I'm the main character.
Oh my God. I did see a coffee cup the other day. I swear to God, I didn't end up buying it and I should have, and I hate that I didn't. I was at Books A Million in fucking Sandusky, Ohio. And
What you do
there
in
was
Ohio?
Shout out Cedar Point. Shout out Cedar Point.
Not the semi tires that fucked my car up, but
crazy.
I was at Books A Million in fucking Sandusky, Ohio, and I saw a mug. And there, I have never wanted to buy you anything in the entire time we've been friends. Like I see something.
Damn, that's
in it.
messed up, bro. I want to buy you.
I know that's crazy. I want to buy my friend shit all the time.
Oh,
Okay.
are you kidding me? Because every time you be like, "Oh, we run your deep pockets, bro," like whatever.
No, literally. Like
Yeah.
I literally say, yeah.
have a
I
great
go like,
problem. I
man,
have a
Xavier will
problem.
love this.
No, there's things that
I actually
see.
bought something for you, but I can't give it to you yet because I have to wait until you suggest that you need it so I can pretend like I already own it.
Damn.
It sucks because
That's
like
hilarious.
it sucks
Hold on.
because I
Hold
do
on.
this all. It wouldn't be the first time I've done that.
I think about you
I
guys
own stuff.
constantly,
I
right?
own stuff now that I know you'll need later, but I have to wait until you make it your idea because if I just if I give it to you, you won't use it. But if you said
Yeah,
it,
that's fair. So I think about like everybody in the group constantly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's something that there has been so few times that I've seen something like
It's not
I
him. It's
need
really,
to
it's
get.
really, it's
What'd you
really, it's the Great White Hope.
No, she wasn't with us. This was the first time I can think of
Okay,
that I've
okay.
seen something.
that you thought about somebody else.
I think of.
How'd I get my loofah?
No, I think about
How'd I
you
get
guys.
my 2 loofahs? Shout out Great White Hope. If you
She
ain't
bought 'em,
played, if
and-
you ain't used 2 loofahs that literally rubs your skin off.
No, hold on.
And gives you
I want to
fresh
hear.
new
Hold on. I
skin.
want to hear what he has to say so then I can talk.
Okay,
Right.
good.
Okay.
Go ahead, go
So
ahead.
I do think about there's constantly things like, oh, this reminds me of so and so, so and so, so and so.
Yeah.
But as far as like purchasing something to give somebody, buying people gifts,
He's the worst.
is one of the most intimate things I could do for somebody, which is wild. So
But
it
he's
causes
bad at
me, I overthink that way too much. And I'm like, if I give it to them and they don't like it, I'll kill myself. So, so like,
Bro, it's rough.
but I saw a mug. I was at Books A Million. I saw this mug, and on the mug, I hate things with
Why didn't
writing
you
on
buy
them.
it? Why didn't you buy it?
Huh?
Why didn't you buy it?
Because just like if I handed it to him, and he was like, "Yeah,"
Ugh,
I would have gone
Like,
out of my
right,
way.
you get-
No, that's where I get it. No, right. Here
And
it is.
I would have had to kill myself, and I wasn't ready to die exactly yet. But on the mug only, and it is in an aisle that is just like all this like horror memorabilia shit. Like there's like weird Edgar Allan Poe or Friday the 13th or whatever most. And on this one mug, it said, "I am the protagonist,"
Yeah, that's
and
me.
that's all it said
You know
on
what
the
he would
mug.
do though? He
And
would wear it. He would put it in that backpack and carry the backpack for a year until you said something like, "Man, I wish I had a mug that said that." He'd be like, "Nigga, guess what?
But see,
I got?"
that's the same shit.
I wouldn't do that. I thought about it. I'm like, if I buy
He
this,
would,
but then I
he
thought,
would.
well, if I send him a picture of it and be like, "Hey, do you want this?" Then it's, does he want it? Not did I find it?
Right.
So
It's
I
not.
already
It don't hit
immediately-
right.
Wow, Luther,
the
come on now,
organic
chill
has to be
out.
organic
I
when it
already
hit.
immediately
Yeah.
started overthinking, but just when you said I'm the main character, I got to talk.
I'm the
It reminded me of. I said I am the protagonist. It did not say anything else on it
I'm
at
the
all. There's a
opposite.
little bit of filigree around it, and I was like,
Yeah, that would have hit perfectly
This is
because
the
I'm
most-
the
That's what
main
I'm saying.
character.
Yeah, yeah.
"No, I know."
I
but
sent
I'm
a
just
picture to
saying-
everybody like, "Hey, bro, look what look. You want this?" He'd be like, "Nah, I got it." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Cool."
But
So
I'm
you
just
want
saying-
this? Nah, I don't need it.
Obviously, because like just in case I was wrong, or you,
No, you would have been right.
yeah, I know.
Unfortunately,
I know I would have
you
been
know what?
right.
we'll go ahead and get to the thing that
The dance montage was great. I hated
here's
it
I'm gonna
at
tell you.
first, but then loved it
So-
after
Oh, I
I
did
found
love
out what
that.
happened.
I'm gonna give you my
Lean into
critical
it,
analysis and then my
I didn't give
thermometer. Hold on.
he gave a thermometer. Can I give my real?
Yeah,
before I
give it a
stop?
thermometer. Yeah, go
So
ahead.
my
No.
thermometer-
Do
Yes,
both. Do
yes.
both. Do both.
So we talked about the train thing, which for me was a huge aspect of how they were going to handle this season, and they did that expertly. However, I do feel like some other story elements were a little bit iffy and not done the exact way that I wanted them to, and without going into constantly my thermometer
It's a high 4.5.
is a high 4.5.
Obviously, yeah,
Right,
Because
but
you
I'm
can't give it an 8.5, and then you
I
guys don't
can't give it-
And then you say you don't
No,
understand.
Oh, you
why-
about to
no,
hate
you
me?
cannot.
Y'all
You
about to hate me?
You're going to give it an 8.5
Y'all
on
about to
the
hate me?
thermometer?
Y'all about
Hold
to
on.
hate me?
So it's a high 4.5. I thought about
damn.
low
I ain't gonna
8.5.
hate you. I respect you.
And I'm still not 100% sure. Depending on the day you ask me, it
An
fluctuates.
8.5.
It fluctuates between high 4.5
Uh-huh.
and low 8.5.
Damn.
Right, so
I
it
agree
fluctuates.
to that. I agree to that.
It fluctuates in that area
The
for me.
music sometimes made it a low 8.5 for me.
But that's sure.
No, it's not sure.
No,
I've talked to him, dude.
Yeah, no, but-
music changes
Yes.
sound.
But my
Bro.
critical critique of the season, I would give season 1, I don't remember what I gave it back when we talked about it. So I'm going to say based off what I remember now and how into season 1 I was, I would give season 1 8.5, 8.75. Season 2, I think they handled, especially at the time when it came out, there was, when haven't we had race stuff, which is fucking sad, but they handled them being in Dallas.
Yeah.
They handled them
With
being
the
in
scene.
Dallas very, very
scene.
well. I didn't like that season quite as much as season 1, but again, I completely
Because you don't like black people. We know that.
Exactly. I hate them. They're gross.
Yeah.
Black Forest in Europe. I can't wait to
Lean
fucking
into it,
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I'm just gonna go vacate next time. Somebody says, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to the
And you
Black
know what the
Forest
sad
because
thing
it's the
is?
eighth wonder of the world." My
Like
guy.
that.
We don't cut this show. We can't. He can just cut that shit out.
Yeah, I'm not.
That is smart.
I will not though.
Yeah.
But season 2, because I appreciated again how well they handled a lot of very still sensitive topics, but it was still truer to the source material and shit like that. I would still give season 2 anywhere from an 8.5
Right.
to 8.75. I think even though the story wasn't quite as solid,
Season 1 8.5.
season 1 and season 2 are the same for me. Right. But I'm just saying critically,
That's rough.
they handled certain elements way better than almost
Yeah.
anybody else does. And for
They're
me,
doing their shit.
that positively impacts
Yeah.
it. Same thing with season 3, other than a few whatever. They did get me with the Harlan thing, which I thought was excellent.
Yep.
The train situation was handled
Bro, when
very,
Allison
very well.
took him out, though.
Yeah,
Fuck.
even better. That's what I'm saying. Though. So I would give season 3.
I feel like she didn't take him out though. I know that sounds crazy.
No, I don't think she did either.
Yeah.
I think she said she did to try to
Yep,
get a rise out
right,
of
yep.
whatever.
So
But
what we
that's
gonna find out next season? She didn't do it.
But hold on, that's
Well,
what
it
I'm.
doesn't matter.
Hold on, I'm gonna get
Next
into my whole problem.
So my last-
I'm gonna get into my okay.
So my last thing critically, I think I want to give for season 3 is if they had handled the trans thing badly, I would have given it a 6 because they handled something so socially topical. The way that they've handled every other socially topical moment, I'm going to give it a 7.5 because for something so weighted and I think controversial is the wrong word, but I'm still going to use that because unfortunately
It depends on who you're talking to. It's controversial to some people.
Right.
It's regular shit.
it's
for
controversial to everybody, no matter what.
I'm sure.
what
I
I'm
get what you
saying.
mean. Right.
So it's controversial to everybody. It shouldn't be because I like, again, the nice haircut or, okay, who the fuck cares what you want?
They
with
handle
me?
it how they're supposed to handle, but that's what makes it controversial.
And that's, and well, I'm saying a controversial topic like the
no, that's what I'm
trans issue.
saying. Like,
But
it
they
wouldn't be a
handled it
controversial topic
true
if
to
everyone
each
handled
character.
it like that.
Yes, each character handled it the way that
But
character
the
should have
fact that
handled
we
it.
think about how they should handle it is why it's controversial.
Correct. And that's, I hope one day we seriously get to the point where it doesn't matter, which is why we haven't seen Thor yet. And I talked to Tim about it. You can always tell when somebody who's making a show either has been a part of a marginalized community versus when they haven't made.
That's what I'll tell you.
Taika
Like,
handles Thor: Love and Thunder and a lot of the. I'm going to keep saying gay shit because I still love saying it, even though it sounds bad.
It's a great saying.
Gay
Shit
So
feels
Taika-
good. Like it's
Yeah, it
funny to
feels
say.
good.
Yeah,
Taika
it feels
handles
good.
gay shit.
Gay shit feels
in the
good. yeah.
Newest, if it feels good,
It ain't gay.
So that's also contradictory. Taika handles gay shit in Thor
Shout out, Cal.
incredibly. I don't know who directed Umbrella Academy, but I would assume that they're still going off the writings of just how the whole thing is in general. And they handle something so controversial so well so that I don't look back at the season and be like, that's the one where Ellen became Elliot or Vanya became Victor. I look back at it and think
That shit just flowed.
that's the shit that they said,
they
hey,
did a good job.
the end of season 2, Vanya was like, oh shit, I like boxes more than tubes kind of thing. And then she moved into.
Damn it, that's funny. I apologize for this weird arc I'm on where shit's funny and I don't laugh. But that, god damn it, it's not as funny as the thing Tim said last week.
What did I say?
You know what? Yeah, we have to go look because you said something so funny. My brain didn't process it fast enough.
Are we talking about me and Xavier talking about forced labor and PvP?
Yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah.
Right, this is another one thing. That is the funniest thing you've ever said. That sucks. I'm sorry. I wish I could laugh.
Yeah.
Like that's a bummer.
But they moved it. They used previous story to make future plot out of a real world event to honor the person that it
very
came
clever.
from.
Good writing.
Such good writing. So for me, even though this was the weakest of the 3 seasons because it started weakest of the 3, it did not start in such a way that I felt compelled to watch from episode 1.
Okay.
It took me through almost halfway through episode 3 to even be completely interested in the story. But I will say a 6 6.5 went to a 7.5 for me because I think the writing was so.
You saying this shit
expertly
was
done.
1 point away from an 8.5? Wow.
No, it is a
Wow.
high 4.5 or low
Dmarc, you should
8.5
know now.
on the
Okay.
thermometer. My critical, the Schmieder, I'm going to say 7.5, 7.75. That's it's
And your
Right.
thermometer?
thermometer is high 4.5, low 8.5.
Nah, we can't lower.
All right, so I'm gonna go
It
ahead.
depends. It just depends on.
No.
It just depends. Okay, if
So I'm gonna go ahead and break the whole thing.
low 8.5 on the thermometer, 7.75 on the Schmieder.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and
Now I'm gonna go, if you're
ahead and
watching
weird
this,
the whole thing out.
I'm gonna go piss now because it's
Do your
Four
thing.
Loko
Yeah, I
about to
got
be.
So I'm gonna go ahead and like this may be the opposite of what my normal everyday like. Normally, when you guys, if you've tuned in long enough, you know I'm the worst. Like I'm the Gordon Ramsay of the group. Nothing's ever good
Check
enough.
out his Nova Zeta ENT.
Nova Zeta ENT.
You'll understand what
I
he's
promise
talking
there will
about.
be more than 2 videos on there soon. Again, like I said, I'm a construction worker. We're like 70 hours a week. It's hard for me to record things. They'll be on there. But this is one of the few times where it's good that I don't know the ratings that I had prior to this, but well, because like
I get you.
right,
Yep,
because
I
like
get you.
I'm interested to go back and look at what I thought about these things prior, because it's good to know. Like it's cool to watch how the current season affects what you think of something beforehand. Because I legitimately thought this was one of the best seasons of media I've watched, because to your credit, your credit, like the reason why I don't like Luther is the same reason I don't like Huey on The Boys.
I haven't watched. Have you watched the new season?
Yeah, I watched it.
have not
We
yet.
just finished it like 2 hours,
about to binge
an
it,
hour
like,
before you guys came in. We
tomorrow.
finished it.
I saw that. Yeah,
My dad was over. We like
it's good. You like it?
no,
Before we-
yes, yeah. So
Yeah. I heard it's fantastic. They
So
getting a spin-off.
spoiler alert.
No. I haven't watched.
No,
it.
not spoilers. And like I'm gonna tell you what happens.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler alert. As good as I thought this was, The Boys did it better.
Obviously, the boys is a better show.
Sure, yeah, because it allows way more room for it's Amazon. As Amazon allows way more room for
It's a better show.
creativity,
Yeah.
and it is a better concept. Kinda, right. Because it's
Okay.
So the problem I have with, so my biggest con for Umbrella Academy is time travel. And hold on, let me explain. Let me explain why I like. Look, hold on, let me explain.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you my scores right
It's
now.
the Flashpoint paradox.
I'm gonna work back. I'm gonna do some travel right now. I'm gonna give my scores first,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna backtrack and tell you why I have that. My
What was the time thing? What was the time thing you said? I'm sorry.
I don't like shows that do time travel.
Gotcha.
Because it gets
Bad.
No,
don't like
at
when they do
all.
time travel
I'm
at
gonna
all?
tell you why. Let me give you my scores and let me tell you why.
He's always felt this way.
Thank you. First off,
He's brought time travel up in everything, and it's always been the most negative part of anything
sure.
for him.
So here's
What
what.
if they
So
lean into it heavy,
my
though?
critical analysis of the show, like as when I'm like, does the story make sense? Does what they're trying to do accomplish what I want compared to what I think they were going for? I'm going to critically give it a 6.5. Like that's out of 10, 6.5.
Okay.
So
Okay.
my
I get that.
thermometer,
I get that.
thermometer, I'm giving it the high. I'm going to give it hold on. I'm going to create a new scale. I'm going to create a new,
That's not a new scale.
new
It
thing.
is the scale.
I'm going to create a new thing so you can understand what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a Remember the Titans 8.5.
Let's
Oh,
go.
you're gonna give this a Remember the Titans.
Right.
8.5.
Let's go.
Remember the Titans 8.5. And I'm going to tell you why this is. So, as a critical analysis, there's nothing I hate more than you're right. You won. We got to get a new table. I thought that was my air conditioner. It's my hand on the table.
Yeah.
I got you.
What?
I hope you can't hear this.
What you do?
No, I edited.
Yeah,
that.
you got it.
I edited it
So
out.
you won. You win. I'll buy a new table. So
I might have a.
cool. If you got a table, find it.
It's like a desk.
Sure. Every time I move my hands, it makes a squeaking sound.
Yeah.
Right. But so
Desk and
critically, one of the things that I don't like about the show is one of the problems with time travel is that it allows you to do it takes away it takes away suspense. So when number 5 met his 100-year-old self, it let me know that no matter what happens, they get through what happens now.
Yes.
So like when
That's not true.
no,
That's not true.
not the Luther death thing. Because remember, even Luther dying didn't permanently happen at the end of the episode.
Yeah,
at the
but
show.
I don't think if him meeting himself in that
No, it does.
timeline,
It
Sure,
does.
no. I want you to explain it so I can say why you're stupid. Go ahead.
I don't know if meeting him in that time. So you saying that only one timeline exists that he met himself in?
Yeah, so look, remember at the beginning of what they said, he said time travel is, remember, she was like, time travel is a tricky beast.
Yeah.
No matter even though you're living now, you don't know what happens later.
Yeah.
What that allows them to
He
do.
met himself in one
Sure.
timeline.
No, he met himself in the time.
Yeah, remember he
Oh,
said,
because he was in the room.
right. Remember he said
Damn,
like,
that do make sense. Ooh,
sure.
that's stupid.
So remember he says that even if they fuck up a timeline,
Oh, but that's not if he meet himself.
right. But hold on, even if if they fuck up a timeline, it writes itself. So all that lets you know
There
is that
the timeline that
there's
they're trying
the
to
timeline.
the one that they want to happen.
That's why I
the one
didn't
they
like
want- yes.
Loki.
So
I didn't
there's-
like Loki because the concept of like, oh,
Multiverse?
there's right. The problem with multiverses in that respect is that they're like, oh, if we go and find anomalies, like,
Yeah,
well,
you can do
humans,
whatever you want.
right? And you're like,
Yeah,
well, humans shouldn't go hunting for superpowered people in the first place, you idiots. But
Yeah.
like, so
They had those cool guns though.
sure,
Also,
but
they
that
can just
doesn't
be like, oh, and this time they didn't do it. Yeah.
right.
You
So
don't,
what I'm
you
saying,
don't want that. You don't want them to be able to say, shrug, that didn't happen.
right?
This time.
You know me.
I
My
get
biggest
that,
problem is
but
shrugging
that doesn't
things away.
eliminate
No,
the
no, no,
issue.
no,
Hold
no,
on,
no,
hold
no,
on.
no.
Let him finish.
So the problem I have is that when you're watching something like it was a, so this is my critical analysis on my tamale.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
critical analysis. Damn,
Bro.
for Loco.
You glad you got that extra 8% alcohol?
So
No, he's only got an extra. He's only got an extra 4% because he drank 2.
I drink. No, I drink one.
He drank
No,
one.
that's your second one.
No, this is I drink the. I've been drinking since before you got here. It
Where's
doesn't
the-
matter.
where's the
This is my
America
first one.
one?
This is my first one.
No, he thought that was America.
Remember that I
'cause he
thought
was
the
already a
America
little-
was in there. I grabbed because
America's in there.
It's blue and red. I thought it was.
Oh, no, that's
He
Blue
grabbed-
Raz. There's an American one. In
I
there,
know.
too.
I know.
Oh, we know. That one we should just put in the threesies and finish off.
So we can all get like 2% of it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So the problem with time travel, not as a, it's not their fault. Is the problem with time travel for me is that when you put time travel in a series, I feel like as a writer, you guys will never know. There's one person who knows. I do write. There's a website out there where you can write stories and you get paid for them. I am a published author.
You don't say that's one person. Well, it's not one person that knows that. No.
Oh, my bad. So I am a published author. Oh, so I'm a published author, but luckily I have a pen name like everybody else out there. So I have a pen name. So, but one of the things as an author,
Damn.
when you write something, like, so lore is important to me because it keeps you restrained when you want to back out of you have to go full bore. Retcons, I hate them. I don't hate them if something's bad. Like if somebody else, like if you wrote something and I didn't like it and I retconned it, and they're like, oh, there's 2 timelines now. If this person's a better author, we'll let that whatever. But
It's like how when we had the Ultimate Universe in Spider-Man and the regular
You're right.
Amazing Spider-Man, they could both coexist.
right,
The Ultimate
and
was way better,
you can
first of all.
separate them. But like you
But
can
you could
separate 'em.
separate them. They could
But, like,
happen differently. And you
so
can specify.
the problem
that's
when you-
Ultimate was way
when
better.
you
That's
don't have
not
separate
the
things
argument.
like that, it lets a person fall back onto nonsense.
Yeah.
So,
Time travel.
time travel is hard when you write because it lets people be lazy.
Mhm.
So,
You gotta take a break. You gotta be
you
tired.
got to take, but like,
You gotta
so
do your job.
in general, critical analysis wise, there's a lot of holes where you're like, hold on, if you can just travel to whenever, why the fuck is this even a problem? Because you could travel to a time in which that thing doesn't happen. And if you've got an alien who understands that the end of the universe happens in certain aspects, whatever. But that's my criticalness. If I'm watching it as a person who's entertained, this might have been one of the most entertaining things I've ever watched because, so like Luther, I hate as a character because I hate characters like that. I hate characters who there's nothing more insane than watching someone get rewarded for stupidity.
Just so you know, I want to interject.
Yeah, it's you. Yeah, it's you, nigga. Yeah, sure. So, no, you don't have to. Right. You tell me all the time, I don't understand how I got here. I just know I'm there. And that's fine for you.
That's a lie to some extent. Like,
No,
yeah,
then don't do that then.
But
then
there's
don't
a
do that
couple
then.
things that happened that were like, I dumb. But after you told me, like,
No. Hold on. I'm going to interrupt you. Remember how you said I give you too much credit? That means no.
I got you. No,
that means you're lying to me because what I say is I'm like, Xavier, I know you know what I'm talking about. Hold on.
Two different things, but yes.
Hold on. No, we're talking about the same thing. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when I'm like, Xavier, I know you. I've known you for almost as long as I've not known you. Same as Jamie. If I know there's a difference, you can tell when someone's doing a thing. And there's a Xavier who's doing a thing, and there's Xavier who genuinely doesn't know. But you are smart enough, and this is why you make me so mad. You're smart enough to know that somebody, like if you're talking to somebody who doesn't know you, you know that they don't know you know. So you'll pretend like you don't know.
I think that's
sure. No, fine.
you.
Fine. No, sure.
I think that works only on you.
No,
Sure.
the difference is he's writing this
He's
into
right,
somebody
but
I
I feel
don't
like it
know.
works.
Sure. But with
you
people
guys,
he
they're-
knows, you do this all the time.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's why you have so much fun talking to him
that's
because
I
you know. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You know what he's doing,
Yeah.
so you can. You're like, oh, I'm about to have fun, and then you'll make a whole night
Yes.
out of
Whole
expo.
night.
Right. So what I'm saying is like. So when I'm right, so you're trying to tell me I don't know what you're doing when I know what you're doing, and you're like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, then, and then this dude makes you mad for the same
No, there are
reasons.
legitimately sometimes that I don't actually know.
Fine,
And I believe that.
sure, fine.
They're far less.
But those are
than-
also
know what?
still fun
This isn't a
nights.
therapy session. We're not talking about that. The thing about the show is that when I'm watching the show, like, so when I'm watching, the entertainment aspect is that when they introduce, the problem I have with time travel is that I feel like, so my biggest gripe with this entire season is the last 5 minutes of the last episode.
What happened?
So,
yeah, I had a big.
so in the last episode,
So real quick, does it change anything if you know for a fact that they are officially away
that
from
thing.
source material?
No, it still, that just means the source material is also bad. Because what I'm saying,
that's not true.
no, hold on.
You liked up until the last 5 minutes of the last episode. They
Right,
got away
so-
from the source material
so,
at
hold
the
on.
end of the
Right,
season.
sure, right. But hold on.
It's a Game
I'm
of
only
Thrones
judging
thing.
this media. Remember, my big problem is that my normal issue is that people take liberties with source material. That's my critical
Oh, yeah,
analysis.
100%.
My thermometer is I'm only enjoying the media
Yes.
contained within the media.
I refuse.
Sure. So
to
when I
view
watch,
any
so up
video
until
media.
so the ending of the final episode of the season
Yeah.
ruined. So if let's say I gave it a high, like so, my Remember the Titans 8.5.
Also, that's a great movie. So
Is
you
pretending-
not like that movie.
No, I love the movie.
Okay, good.
No, that's what I'm trying to hold on. Let me finish. Remember the Titans is my favorite movie. I watch it once a year. I like to cry. I like to enjoy. Like Remember the Titans is my number one favorite all-time movie.
It's not better than Replacements.
Yeah. Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
you better shut the
Stop.
fuck up.
All right, hold up.
That's an episode.
Yep.
Ooh.
That in and of itself is.
So
The best sports movie. If
Remember
you in
the
the
Titans.
chat want to tell us what's the best sports movie out there, let us know because we will debate it
Nah.
on a Patreon episode.
Yeah,
just
sure.
for you.
There's no.
Remember
debate.
the Titans is
There's
the
a
greatest sports movie that's ever come out.
It's not.
Fine.
But okay.
If you
Salad soccer
agree,
is
Any
pretty
given
good.
Sunday is
If
better.
you disagree-
Any given Sunday is better.
get
than
the fuck
fucking
out.
Remember.
Get the fuck
Remember the
out of
Titans
here.
is like number 3 right now to my
Get the
list.
fuck out of here. It's
After-
number one.
Hold on.
Wow.
Stop.
So-
Okay. Stop and
Go
let's
ahead.
let him talk
No.
about.
Yep.
So
Go
the
ahead.
reason why the last 5 minutes I'm disregarding it is because there's nothing worse than watching an entire thing and then having it all be a dream.
Okay. Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Because it makes it feel
you're
like
right.
if
Okay.
I invested 10 hours in
Yep.
your product and then at the end you said it was all a dream.
You put it that way.
But that's
Then-
not what they did.
If they're in a new
Hold on.
universe,
No, no, no,
hold
But
on.
they
Before you
still
speak,
know.
hold on. Nope. Before you speak, they're in a new universe that's reset with the same thing. They just don't have powers, but the new Reginald most likely will, and you can say all you want. He will most likely know they're altering the timeline.
Yes.
He'll find a way to restore their powers. It disregards
ready to
the
do that.
entire season.
He's not there to restore their powers.
He's
first off.
there. Hold on. No.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
He
I'm so easily
wanted.
swayed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
You
it.
know. So his
I was
whole
agreeing
purpose
with
was to get old dead Biddy back, right? Like that was the whole.
Sure.
Yeah.
Who?
So hold on, Reginald.
Reginald?
He wanted
Yeah,
his dead
the
wife back.
bitch. Remember,
he got his
No,
bitch.
right. But I'm saying, so for him, he doesn't necessarily want to regain their powers because them having powers is actually
Right. So no. I don't want to see more Reginald shenanigans.
I love Reginald shenanigans.
No, the reason why it's lazy is because it allows them to every season they can reset and do Reginald shenanigans. No, I don't care.
Would you feel better if in season 4 he had perfect recollection of season 3?
The only way I'd be fine with it is if I'm gonna give not a prediction, but this is what I would be okay with.
I'll give a prediction.
Is if he said if season 4 started and he was immediately trying to kill them because like this is the end. He said, "Well, hold on."
Give
If he
us
said,
your shit.
right. If he said, "I've lived through 3 of these," because remember he's an alien, he might operate outside of.
Correct.
Right. So if he's like, "This is my right answer. I'm going to kill you guys because you won't stop doing shit."
And you'll fuck this up, and I don't want it fucked up.
Sure, I'll be like, cool. But after that, if he appears in any more seasons after,
I think
this
season 4 is the last season.
fine. But the reason why it left me with a bad taste in my mouth is because I enjoyed the season so much. And remember, I'm the hardest critic in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm one of the hardest critics of media. So if I loved it, that means a lot of people fucking loved it. And you know what speaks harder than legacy? Money. So something should have ended. Hold on. Full Metal Alchemist ended perfectly.
Brotherhood.
There's a new season coming out.
Yes, and I'm excited.
And that's my problem. Right. But remember, you're the issue.
I know I'm the issue, but
Right.
I want that issue.
It's like how when
you
they
like when people piss in your mouth and tell you it's raining. I do not. I like
I
when
enjoy it.
No,
right.
it's piss in your mouth when they tell you it's lemonade.
No, they say it's like, hey, it's raining, and you're like, I
Either
do like
way,
water,
If
like
someone's pissing in my mouth, and I was like, damn, I enjoyed the last amount of piss you gave me.
As long as they feed out, you good.
right.
I am okay.
So what I'm saying is like, if their whole goal is like, hey, we'll make it until our artistic vision is met,
correct.
then sure. Because if they're like, hey, this is last season, we have more ideas, cool. But if somebody higher up was like, make more of this thing, it makes us money, there's going to become a point where they stop making it because that's their vision.
Now, mind you, this for me is only in the form of visual media, like, or not visual, what TV shows, like media that is I can watch, like.
Yeah,
that's the only form I care about. I don't care about that.
But remember, this is thermometer, I'm all with you.
Yes.
Critical analysis.
Yes.
I don't want to watch a thing. I don't want to see Anderson Silva. Hold on. I don't want to see Anderson Silva fight after his leg wrapped around Chris Weidman's leg.
Yeah, correct. No. I wanted to see one more fight, and then after that one fight,
right. And then if it's too bad, I don't want to see it.
But what if he wins that fight? Do you want to watch another fight?
That's
if it's against a challenge. If it
What if it was a close fight? Do you want to watch another fight?
It depends on who it's against. That's a lot of variables.
That's why I asked him.
That's what I'm saying.
So really, that's why I.
So the reason I'm saying
3 is mostly a done deal in my head, but it is contingent on how season 4 goes to see if season 3 was a good predecessor to season 4, and that happens.
I think it will be
right.
That
so
happens sometimes.
The reason why this why the ending was so bad because I legitimately was like, this was perfect. However, they choose to start the next season, they've got a clean slate because they've reset everything.
Yes.
So imagine resetting everything.
So you
hold on. They reset everything just to give us more of the same
but
thing.
You didn't like. So if they had. So if say Luther popped out,
introduce a new big bad.
Hold on, but if Luther.
No.
But if Luther pops out the door.
No. I don't mind that.
Let me finish.
No.
So
even if you said every character, even if you said.
The only thing you didn't.
I don't want a new big bad.
I'm just specifying. So Luther pops out. He was dead. He's back because they did
they didn't really do a good job explaining that, but.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, yeah.
Because she said she reset it, even though Ben's still alive somehow.
Snap their fingers.
The second Ben, not the first Ben, second
Where's
Ben.
Sloan?
Right. No, she's going to pop up in some bullshit.
The timeline is altered because of who was born and who wasn't born.
Go ahead.
That's the thing. So whether or whatever. So if they had just shown that and the courtyard had stopped and we saw the scene of them all walking in different directions and that had been the end of it.
I would have been fine with it.
So the only part you didn't like was the zoomed up cut.
It feels lazy.
To Reginald City.
It's the all a dream thing.
Yeah.
It's if they had just ended it.
A dream.
Literally, if they had just, I'm telling you, I'm giving it the highest rating of a show I can give it.
From entertainment until that last 5 minutes.
Even despite the shit show of that 5-second little thing. Even if, because like I kind of liked it because like he got his bitch back, and so I'm like, cool, he got it.
Would you
so
have
it
been better
allows
if he
more.
would if they showed him, but he was say on the moon with her instead of in
No,
the
I
city?
would have. You know what? And this is gonna sound so stupid, but and it's fine if he had been like, if he had said no more at the end of that thing, I would have been like, cool.
Talking about Luther?
No, Reginald.
Reginald.
If he had been like,
Oh,
if he had been like no more, I'd have been like, cool.
nah.
I need some acknowledgement that they're going to stop.
He's got to be the Joker. Bro.
I
He's
do
gotta be
think
the Joker.
I think season 4 will be the last season.
If it's not, then they're doing too
money.
much.
Money.
They're doing too
It's
much.
Well, see, like, and I know we're gonna talk about Stranger Things later, but for me, a show creator who says this is my vision, this is what I want to implement, this is what I'm going to stick to. So that's why I think that for me, season 3 can shift a little bit, probably a point and a half on the critical scale, or maybe even just a higher 8.5 on the thermometer based on how season 4 starts. Because my biggest thing is if
Right.
Reginald
So
is
that's what-
aware,
right.
if he's aware of what's
Mm-hmm.
happening, then season 3 was purposeful. Like what you're saying, if it was a complete reset, because they didn't even do a complete reset in the first one. The first one, they just went backwards in time.
Right.
So then it was a continuation of 1. So perfect sense. And then you get to the end of 2 where they come back and they see the Sparrow Academy. I was confused on exactly how they were going to explain that, but explaining that as Reginald purposefully said, I don't want you because you guys were fucking psychopaths. Not to say that they didn't exist. That was a completely different issue.
You know
because
what we're
Harlan
airing on?
created
Hold on.
that issue.
You know what my least favorite thing is? You know what we're airing close to? You know when I said like I don't like this specific thing about the reason why I don't want The Office. What don't I like? Hijinks. And we're getting into hijinks territory.
The only thing that I think I want an explanation from season 3 that I never got was who the fuck gave birth to a like that box?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not as worried. That's fun. That's fun.
Like for me, I was
But-
just always like everything else is a person. He's a
box.
and
yeah,
why
but critically,
and how does everyone understand him?
my least favorite thing is hijinks.
Yeah, and it's
so
just-
we're getting so close.
And season 4 could ruin the end of season 3 for me.
And that's what I'm saying.
It
Like
could
if
ruin
they,
this series for
if
me.
he had just been
actually,
like
season
no
4.
more, and I'm like cool. It gives you an extra season of like because right now
You
if-
know his purpose.
So right. So if as far as I am personally concerned, the end of every season is a continuation of something that allows them to make a new season.
Correct.
And I can't physically enjoy that. Like it's the Joker, you know, with Batman, where it's like just kill the nigga, and they're like, Mauwee, if we kill him, we have to think of new things. Like I can't respect any medium that won't allow for creativity.
Correct. That's why I'm saying season 4, how it starts, especially with Allison having her kid and her husband.
Because dude, there's a lot of
It's not even her husband, right? It's the guy
the
that she-
dude from the
that got
old
killed.
days. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like the amount. That's what I said. Literally, if
I've
they had
been here the
ended
whole
it,
time,
if
I'm
they had ended it like a minute before, it would have been a 25 out of 10. I'm beating to it. My schmeat hard.
But then you can't
Watch the Patreon episode if you know what I'm talking about. But no, they could. Everything's set up because we know there are some things
But there's
wrong
no
with it.
question.
Hold on.
No, he's
No.
right. The Reginald thing was the only thing I was
Think
like,
about what I'm saying.
God
Like
damn it.
they got back. They don't have powers.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Everything is
Yeah.
open.
They could have ended the entire
I don't even
series.
mind Reginald being there.
Mine
Here's
is
my
slow.
issue. My issue is like if Reginald popped up and had just like hold on. Remember, if they had left at the same time as episode 1 from the first season started, I'd have been like, cool. It's the fact that they introduced a third version of Reginald essentially makes me think like, hey, stop using the same shit. Get your weight up.
The
Get
only
your
reason
writer's weight up.
The only reason I don't think he's a third version, I think he's the same version from season 2. The only reason I say that, which gives me hope for season 4,
Yeah.
is because every surviving person of that incident, with the exception of Sloane, which makes sense why she's
And
not
second
there.
Ben.
And Ben.
Come here. Second Ben would have been
But
third
Ben-
season
but-
Reginald's shit.
Correct. But Ben
but he also an alien.
I'm
So
saying. Ben was a weird
whatever.
Ben was a weird thing because Ben was technically a part of both. He
Right.
died in one, but he was alive in the next.
But he shouldn't have been.
Correct. He should that Ben, but because Ben initially survived both encounters, it's fine.
Not really survived one encounter. He was dead in the first season.
He was dead, but Reginald picked him twice because Reginald never saw him.
Right. No, that's
I'm
not the
just saying
same
for me-
thing. No,
hold
no,
on,
no.
I'm just
Because
saying-
that implies, hold on. You're implying that the people in the second season, Marcus, Chris, May, and Sloan weren't alive in the
Season three.
first.
No, I'm not implying that. They
No,
were
no,
not
no,
part
no,
of-
no.
Reginald
Say,
didn't
hold on.
adopt them.
Hold on. No.
He did because there were
Hold on.
people heroes. who
Hold
didn't
on.
adopt our powers.
Hold on. Let's slow down.
Okay.
What I am saying
Okay.
is that your implication is that Sloan, Christopher, whatever, didn't exist in the first timeline. Before you interrupt me, let me figure. You're saying that they didn't exist.
No.
Sure. The only reason why I'm saying you're lying is because just because we're aware of them in this season doesn't mean they weren't existing in that world in
I agree.
season one.
Yeah.
Right. So he only survived one timeline. Because that would mean that there's a hold on. That would mean there's a Sloan, Christopher, Marcus, and May, and Spitty Acid bitch who existed in the first timeline.
They did.
They did.
Sure. So
I don't-
no. Your point. Do me a favor. Go back
Okay.
and listen to this. Listen to this when you're editing it. Finish what you're about to say, then listen to the first part because you're saying that he survived two timelines. All of them survived two timelines.
Yes, I agree. I don't know what I said.
Right. You said
to
that like
misinform that.
you said it's
I'm
fucking.
saying Ben was. You're
Yeah, yeah,
saying.
yeah.
See, you're saying that if I'm
all of
saying
them
it's
might
okay-
have existed in this new timeline.
If you're saying that, I'm saying it's okay that Sloan was not with them.
Right.
In the end of season 3.
Yes.
But Ben was. I'm saying I think that the reason that Ben could have been is because Ben had always been involved with both the Sparrow and the Umbrella Academy. Sloan had not been. So there was a time, if they're reverting back to timeline 1, where say Reginald had adopted the original.
But in timeline 1, he wouldn't have had his bitch.
They remember it because they were there. That's why I'm saying I think that Reginald, season 4 Reginald, remembers everything the same way all the way back to season 2 Reginald. I'm saying it's a speculation. It's just
Right.
It's not
So there would be a version of this version of
Sloan-
Christopher, May, and Sloan would remember two universes.
No, I'm saying I don't know.
No. Answer that question. Why wouldn't this universe?
They would have the same experiences that they would have had if
Right,
whatever
so
they were
they
doing
would
in
have had
season 1.
the season 3.
No, they would not. They wouldn't
Okay,
remember.
why not?
I'm speculating.
No.
I'm saying the only
I
thing can-
answer that specific question.
Well, they would have the. I think they would have the.
But
They
I
would have
can't-
two experiences.
they would have
can't-
two experiences, but at the
those
same
ones
time,
would
we
have-
didn't see them at the end, so we don't know because he kept saying
Sure.
"Where's Sloan?"
That's what I'm
So we
saying.
don't know.
So
I'm
when he
speculating.
meets, if he finds
If he
Sloan
finds her-
and she goes, "Oh my god," blah, blah,
and she
blah.
remembers him,
Right.
then they all still have the
Then
memories,
yes.
but obviously they wouldn't be in the same place because Sloan
Correct.
would have not been with Luther because
Right, because
Reginald wouldn't have
this is
adopted her.
Universe A's.
Yes,
Correct.
Yes.
So I'm not saying she doesn't remember. I'm saying the only reason that I think that
She wasn't
Ben
there.
was still there.
Right. What I'm saying
because
is that
Ben-
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying that they're going to default to none of the people in Universe B remember the shit that they were involved in,
Oh, yeah,
even
correct.
though
I do think that will
Right.
happen. I'm saying that Ben is the only. If Ben had
I got
not,
to the bathroom again.
I'm just saying if Ben had not showed up with them, there would be no question because timeline A Ben is dead, and timeline A Ben is dead 2 times because he sacrificed himself in season 2
Yeah,
to help Klaus, so he wasn't even a ghost anymore. So I'm just saying I think
they need to just kill Ben
that
off.
Ben, and they showed happy Ben after the credit scenes or whatever. So maybe Ben's attitude starts to revert back more towards A. He's just alive somehow. I don't really know. But that's speculatory. It's just speculatory. So that's my biggest. I'm hoping season 4, episode 1 and 2 will dictate how I think season 3, almost the whole series. I think for me. So Dmarc's gone.
Yeah,
he
that's
can't
fine.
argue. No,
That's fine.
he can't argue with me
No,
anymore.
that's fine. That's
so
fine.
the
Wrap it
last
up.
thing said
Yes.
was everything was perfect.
Yep.
Nothing was ever wrong.
Cool.
Anybody who thinks anything was wrong from a critical standpoint
Yep.
is probably an idiot.
Yep.
And their opinion is not
Null
valid.
and void. It was one of the mid-tierest 4.5 episodes.
It was the highest
That
mid-tier.
I've
Yeah.
Watched in a long time. Appreciate you guys listening to this 2-hour and 10-minute
No,
episode.
it's only 2
Thank
hours and
you.
10 minutes. because of the thermometer. That will be taken out. It's an hour and 20-minute show.
Either way, I don't know how that's gonna work.
I got it. Thanks, everybody.